This is a paradox. Many human beings and almost all human beings in some part of themselves want to be told what to do. Simultaneously, almost every human being in some part of themselves does not want to be told what to do. We are approaching this paradox, this conundrum, as consciously as we can, with the greatest love, care, support, gentleness, peacefulness, and equanimity that we can. And we must also talk about it, because if we don't recognize that this is true in every human being, how are we going to learn to shift from this internally conflicted state, this non-contiguous, this non-aligned internal process, this incongruent dynamic, into a well-aligned, functioning, efficient, effective, global, unified, mobilized solutions production system? How will we get there if we're fighting ourselves? Human beings prefer to have simple focuses that are communicated by their leaders. Yesterday, I heard the Prime Minister of the UK say that education was the silver bullet antidote to every problem in the whole world. In 3 different metaphors were used to say that education was the answer to all things. We would suggest education is key and core to those answers. And if we were to oversimplify this global process and say that education will solve it all, we're not saying that a whole new form of education that's transformative is necessary. People might just say, well, if we just learn to all write and read, or if we all learn to program computers, if we all learn whatever is already being taught, that somehow all the problems will go away. We would suggest a foundational shift must occur. This tendency to seek simple, polarizing answers from our leaders is a human tendency. We actually want that simplistic, polarizing clarity so that we think that there's an us and there's a them. We're a solution and the problem is out there. And that leads us to feel safer. If we don't choose to change to see the big picture, all facets of it is necessary in order to create true solutions that last and are sustainable. If we don't have a mindset change in regard to what we ask from our leaders, they'll keep feeding us answers like this. And we'll keep buying into them. And we'll stay asleep at the wheel as a species. So education is, in part, a solution to all problems. And this understanding of all of this that we've said about the necessity for education to occur and for also the broad spectrum of understanding to occur should inform us and not fully define our messaging. Meaning, if we're constantly learning, our messaging will constantly change, grow, evolve, be refined. We will learn in that process. We'll all learn together. And there are many other dimensions of transformation that must occur if we want the species to thrive in the future. So in our organizational process, these are some of the key core decision-making criteria that we utilize when we develop our strategies. How much time do we have? How do we utilize our time? What degree of quality is necessary in regard to every task? If we create a certain kind of video, it's got to be top-notch quality. For other purposes, a video can be just a recording of a meeting, or a snippet of a recording of a meeting, or just the text translation of a recording of a meeting. So we're making these decisions every day, moment by moment. Thank you. You absolutely are, Gabriel. The cost of things, time, energy, money, it matters. Being efficient and effective in our utilization of all of our resources and our skills constantly and ever more efficiently matters. Conscious collaboration allows this strategy to occur efficiently and effectively. You get more as a result. the arrow that points to the right, outputs, productivity, learning, results, throughput to this system is being maximized. That's why we've accomplished so much with so little in the past. Through contributions of your money, your time, your energy, your effort. God bless you all for it, because we couldn't be here if you hadn't so absolutely generously contributed all of that. We wouldn't be having this conversation if you hadn't all done that. Where we look at technology, we look at our organizational bandwidth and the implications of every choice we make. How will this affect this team? How will this affect the overall organization's function? How will this affect our capacity to learn simultaneous to generating solutions? We look at the synchronized process of organizational learning, the Friday meetings, the Thursday report outs, the sharing of information from team to team, the ongoing introduction of new learning by the teams to the other teams. It's all part of this same overall comprehensive strategy. And we constantly evaluate our future capacity and dynamics of organizational process, and thus our fundamental functionality. So our ongoing WSS process is a balancing act between all of these factors and more as we develop, evolve, learn, and transform together. We hope that we're doing a good job. We always want to improve. Your feedback, your contributions, your ideas, your concepts and thoughts and reflections are what are improving this process. So thank you for all of them, and we ask for more. So we've used the metaphor before of the elephants that were in a game preserve in Africa that were all young elephants, and the young male bull elephants were running around and systematically killing off all the rhinoceroses. They didn't know any better. There weren't any older bull elephants to teach them that rhinoceroses, although powerful and potentially destructive, are not an enemy to the elephant. So the answer, the antidote, was they brought in some bull elephants, some older bull elephants, male and female, and those elephants taught the younger elephants, don't kill off the rhinoceroses. The professionals and the experts that you are in this organization are becoming the bull elephants for humanity. You are becoming the models. You are becoming the teachers. You are becoming the wise men and women, the wise collaborative contributors, so that you can offer in all collaborations with all climate change organizations and governmental institutions in future, you can offer them your wisdom, your insight, your understanding, your collaborative capacity, your consciousness, your discernment in ever greater measure. We've done our best to design this organization to learn faster than any other organization in the world so that we could get ahead of the change curve of our planet. We're doing that. You're doing that. You're making it possible. So again, thank you. This is a Mobius strip. In this metaphor, in this model, the past, the present, and the future are constantly informing each other and evolving each other. We reflect upon the past to inform the present. The past and the present inform the future. We imagine the future. Our imaginings of the future lead us to reinterpret the past and to reinterpret our options and decisions in the present. This is how consciousness evolves through incarnate life experience. We can do better than what we've done in the past. We can evolve better if we choose to, if we recognize the necessity. Next slide. On the left side are traditional developmental processes, assumptions, projections, felt needs, and fears, which are a portion of a species level learning disability. are bouncing off of the strategic intentions that must occur in future to solve climate change. So, and what long-term needs must be met in order to solve climate change, generate a sustainable future, and heal our natural world. In this process, the past and the future are constantly informing each other in the present so that we can choose ever more evolved, conscious, discerning trajectories of development for our species. You are helping us in that. Thank you. You're helping everyone in the world. These conversations, we hope, in some form or fashion, are going to be available to everyone in the world and hopefully give perspective and conscious interpretive lenses that will help inform their decisions for the long-term future. And again, as a species, we're just at the beginning. As an organization, we're just at the beginning. We're on the cusp of a vastly wonderful future that we hope to meet with optimism and joy and find fulfillment in together. So thank you.